Hi friends, it's Deanna here today, and today we're working on a quick and cute hack. Have you seen those cute little things, those sweaters that people are grabbing these sweatshirts and cutting the side and adding a ribbon bow? Well, I think those are adorable, and I happened to be by a Goodwill the other day, and I walked in and I was looking around and I saw this bright pink sweatshirt. I mean, look at that color. It is so gorgeous. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the one. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed some beautiful pink ribbon. Now, looking back, I wish I would have grabbed one that had color on both sides. This one doesn't, so we're gonna have to kind of get crafty with it. And I figured, why not try it? I think it's gonna be a quick and fun little thing, so we're gonna do it together. And yeah, I'm excited. All right, so what we've got here is we've got some ribbon, we've got some pins, we've got some thread, we've got scissors. So how I've seen this done is I've seen people cut the side, and I've actually seen them cut the whole hem off. But I don't think I want to cut the whole hem off. I think I want to leave the hem, but I'm just going to cut the slit and go up a little bit. Let me grab some measuring tape so that we go up evenly on the sides. So I'm measuring, I think if I go up, let's say that this is the length 7 from the bottom, which, yeah, I was thinking about 3 or 4 from where the place starts. I don't want it to be like super high, so I'm just gonna do like 4 up, maybe higher than that. Let's see, let me grab my bow. Yeah, so I think a couple of inches, so let's see how long this is. This is right here would be 4 inches, so we're gonna go 4 inches up. The reason why I'm not cutting the hem off is because this is not a very long sweater, so we're gonna leave that hem on. And I'm going right where that seam is right here, right through that seam, the side seam, and we're going up to that line. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just cutting here and opening that up. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Now there's no seam on the other side, so I'm looking at the sleeve here, and I'm going down from the sleeve, marking where that is. Just gonna mark it with a pin. I'm gonna measure 4 inches up. And mark it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. We're just going for it, we're not scared. All right, so there we go. We have those 2 cutouts. Next, we're gonna work on the bow. So I've got my ribbon here. Like I said, I wish I would have done the 2 colors. I mean, the one that has 2 colors on it. So I'm just kind of building my bow by going around as the length I want the ribbon to be, and then I'm gonna fold these 2 pieces coming towards the front of it, like so, and see how wide I want that bow to be. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab it from the middle and kind of scrunch it up to become that bow, like so. And there is my bow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some thread, and you can actually, if you want to, you can get a needle and kind of poke it through, but I'm just gonna grab some thread and wrap it around. And you want this bow piece to come forward. You want both of the ribbons to be the same size, so make sure it's right in the middle, and then I'm gonna tie it from the back. Now with, like, if you have some super glue and you want to give it like a middle piece, you could do that. You could even use like a smaller ribbon, like a small ribbon, and give it a little middle piece here. And also I was kind of thinking, I wonder if I wanted to like sew it, like kind of like doing a little ripple effect. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna sew it straight. Yeah, I'm just gonna sew it straight. Okay, so here at the middle, like I said, if you want to, you can put like a little ribbon. So I have all this extra room here because the ribbon's gonna go right there. I have all this extra room down here. So if we cut that in half, you could put that right in the middle and like super glue it, hot glue it, and that could be your center of your bow there. And if you're gonna do that, hold on, let me show you. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna use that middle piece and you cut it in half, then you need to make sure that you use some matches or something and burn the edge. So that way it's not gonna fray on you. Ah! My fan is on, so it's gonna turn it off. Come on. Just kinda pass it. And that keeps it from fraying. All right, so now I can use it to go over my bow to create that middle piece there. So you can either hot glue it or you can sew it on. It's up to you, however you wanna do that right there. I'm gonna get my hot glue gun and we're gonna hot glue it. All right, my, whatever you call this, hot glue gun is ready. And so now we're going to glue that right there. So we're just literally gluing, oh no, I'm spilling hot glue on my shirt. I would literally just gluing that hot glue to, okay, my gun is just going crazy right now, to itself. Cutting that extra bit. Putting some more hot glue on there. All right. You can even use that same hot glue gun and just kind of glue the bow on there to help you as you're getting ready to sew it on. Literally just kind of glued it on. Now this part is up to you. This is a knit fabric, so it's really not gonna fray on you. But what you can do is get this hot glue gun off of me. There's like hot glue sticking on me. Okay. What you can do is you can fold this over and top stitch it back. So you can pin that and top stitch it back, or you can glue it back with some fabric glue or something like that, and then top stitch it later. Just fold it over, and then we're gonna place the ribbon right on top and cut it flush with the end. And then on the other side, same thing, flush with the end. Where you cut it flush, you want to make sure that you burn it as well, so it doesn't come fraying on you. I should really just turn that fan off, but I get hot easily, and if I turn it off, I'm gonna get really hot. So we did it. It's okay. All right, so then we're going to stitch this bow on. And what I'm gonna do, since I wanna go ahead and stitch the seam down and the bow down, is we're gonna do both of them at the same time. So I'm gonna stitch it on the outside, the bow, I'm gonna stitch it around the outside, and I'm gonna stitch it around the inside on both sides. And then I kind of want my bow to be like kind of popping up like this. So I'm just going to sew it around the outside. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we're going to try it. I'm going to bring you over to my machine so I can show you. That's going to look super stinking adorable. I cannot wait. All right, let's go to the sewing machine. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. First thing is to make sure you have a coordinating thread. So I'm just going to use white thread on this. I guess I could have used pink as well, but I already had the white thread on here, so might as well. And I'm also going to use my zipper foot. And the reason why I'm going to use my zipper foot is because it's a narrow foot, and so it gives me more freedom to move around. Some people use like a walking foot because it'll also be easy to do with, but I just want to use my zipper foot. All right, I'm just using a regular straight stitch on my sewing machine, and I'm gonna start at the top of the bow, and I'm just gonna do, like I said, that bottom band bow. I'm not gonna do the top one because I want it to be like raised up, so I'm going straight, moving that bow out of the way, the ribbon out of the way, and then I'm gonna do actually I'm gonna lift up my foot and kind of turn and go in kind of as far as I can into that bow without attaching the top one, and then I'm gonna back stitch to secure the stitch. Okay, I was almost able to go to like almost halfway of the bow, so then now I can go from the back and go try to see if I can go the other way up to the bow again. This can all be done with hand stitching too, you know. It would be easy to do. Back stitch. And I'm actually going to back stitch all the way down. One more. And then I'm going to lift up and go over. Now this time, because I want this to be folded because I'm going to top stitch it down. So stay folded. Because I'm going to top stitch that side down, I'm just going over to that point right there, lifting up and turning. And I got to cut all these threads at the end, so I'll be doing that. But right now, I'm just top stitching that one side. I'll remove this pin. This is the other side. I'm going to top stitch this side, put that down and go. Get there to the end. I'm going to turn, pivot over, and go the other way. Get to the end, turn, pivot over. Make sure that hem is folded under because we're going to top stitch it here as we go. And go up. As you can see right there, mine was poking out. I didn't do the best job. There we go. You gotta catch it. That is not catching correctly. We're gonna redo that. All right, we want this to be folded over and we want to be able to catch it. So we're gonna fold it over. Let me redo that actually. All right, so now once again, I just removed that thread where I sewed that bow up because I want to fold this under so that it's top stitched down. Fold under. So maybe it is best if you pin it. I'm just stubborn. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and start there. I didn't fold all the way up. And you can use basting glue as well if you want to. Now it's gonna catch it. All the way up the bow. And then a back stitch so it stays on there. So one side of the bow it's already cut, and I made that harder than it needed to be. Alright, so now we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. And we can start with the bow already here, since mine is already prepped and it looks good. We're going to go here with the bow. You know what? Let's baste this down first. We're going to baste this hem down first. That will make it a lot easier and we won't have to worry about it when we're sewing it on the bow. We're just going to sew this down first. Alright, should have done that from the beginning, made it too hard. This is why we do trial and error. Alright, now that's basted down, let's cut that thread. And now we can grab our bow and attach it there. Much easier, huh? Should have done that the first time. But I am very stubborn. Here at the end, again, we're turning, going sideways. I cut that ribbon a little short there, so that's why I have a little bit of the hem at the bottom, but it doesn't really matter to me. I think it's gonna look just fine. Going up. Okay, and then now I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the other side for the ribbon. For the bow area, sorry. So we're gonna go inside the bow area. My needle came unthreaded because I pulled it up too high. Guess what? The other side is gonna be 10 times easier because now I know what I'm doing. And hopefully this means yours is gonna be 10 times easier as well. Okay, lift up the foot. And now we're gonna go inside that hoop. I'm gonna open it up and go as far in as it will let us. Ooh, before you actually go over it on the other side. Now we're gonna come from the other side and do the same thing. Kind of gotta feed the whole thing through. Again, move that top bow out of the way, go down, and then come all the way up, and then turn to go down the top of the bow. And then do a back stitch. All right, so now what we've got to do is just trim all these threads. From the back, this is what it looks like on the back. This is what it looks like on the front. And again, this is a kind of 3D version of it. I wanted it to be like raised up 3D. So we'll see. I kind of messed this up right here. So I'm just gonna cut the thread right there because I put a stitch right there. So we're gonna see how that's gonna turn out in the wash. And I'll try to update you all, but that looks so adorable. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Exactly the same thing. Where I'm gonna grab my bow and attach it, and then I'm gonna show you what the end of product is. All right, friends, we are done. And it turned out so stinking cute. I love it. My favorite part of the whole project though is the fact that I did not notice that this sweatshirt has a coffee stain on it. It is adorable, but it's got a stain on it. So I can do two or three things. Well, I can either put like a vinyl saying on it to cover that stain, or what can I do to get coffee stains out? Please let me know, because I love how this turned out. Super cute bow. Comment below and let me know if you're gonna try it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Follow me on Instagram to see more behind the scenes stuff. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Try it, comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.